everybody, welcome to Art and Psychotherapy. Today we will be talking about avoidance strategies. We've talked about omissions, we've talked about distractions, but in this video we will talk about substance abuse. In acceptance and commitment therapy, substance abuse is an avoidance strategy, one that people use especially to numb their feelings and to cope with the intensity of their emotions, to get out of situations that seem too difficult to digest. But if we also look at these strategies from a rather psychoanalytic perspective, then we can see that actually here we have two types of defense mechanisms of the self. First of all, we've got the substance abuse per se, which as a defense mechanism is about consuming different substances such as drugs and alcohol, the most common ones, while impulsive behavior as another type of defense mechanism of the self deals more with impulsive actions, unthought actions, actions that express the aggressive impulse, actions of destruction, of sudden destruction, actions of a sexual nature that are or that seem unstoppable to the person, and actions that pertain to nutrition, so compulsive eating. Why do we do this? Why do people resort to behaviors that at a certain point afterwards they tend to regret, they tend to feel shame about it, they tend to feel guilty about it? Depends on the consequences. And the answer would be, again from a psychoanalytical perspective, that we do this because our self, the ego, has in place some very strong defense mechanisms. So imagine a castle that has its defenses, and it's natural to have them. It's even healthy to have defenses. The problem is when these defenses are rather maladaptive or immature for the given context. So eating a cake maybe would be appropriate at a certain occasion or in a certain amount, but eating it at midnight after an emotional crisis, that would be more indicative of a defense mechanism in action. And the same goes for alcohol. So it's not that the action per se is not healthy, it's that its boundaries are not clear and that it's overreaching into your life. So these impulsive behaviors, they tend to release tension. In impulsive behaviors, you let go of aggression, you let go of the sexual impulse, you let go through food. Whereas in substance abuse, you tend to change your state of awareness. By using drugs or by using alcohol, you tend to reach out to that soft feeling that it sometimes gives you, to the relief. And of course, the results, if we look at them generally speaking, they are the same. The self, the awareness, is kept away from a part of itself. And this void, whenever we feel like we are encountering that part of the self we are rejecting, be it a feeling, a thought, a terrible situation, something we can't digest, when we feel close to it, then the defenses, the guardians of the integrity of the self, they come out and say, okay, I'm going to defend you, I'm going to protect you, and I'm going to do this. And so you're going to run away and you're going to beat about the bush, as they say. You're going to hide from yourself. Who does this? Well, everybody does it. I mean, even if you take a little baby, you're going to see that even babies have defense mechanisms. Like denial, when they turn their heads around, they don't want to see the reality they don't like anymore, closing their eyes, shutting themselves off. So even babies have them. And of course, as we grow, we develop these defense mechanisms and we become even more refined in using them. And again, I say it's natural. We see defense mechanisms in nature everywhere, in hedgehogs, in turtles, in snails, in every creature, in every plant that we see. So even for people, this is normal. But the thing is to keep the right context and the right proportion to it, and even the right type sometimes. So going back to this substance abuse, we've seen why we do it, because we try to keep a distance from a part of ourselves that we can't yet appreciate, we can't yet acknowledge, we can't bring that into awareness. But what are the costs? The costs usually come in other feelings that are tough, but they are way better than feeling your inner demons. So a person might feel after substance abuse, a person might feel shame. What did I do? What did I say? I got drunk. What happened? But facing that shame, even though it's painful, is still better in the economy of that people's mind. It is still better than facing the reality of that feeling that led them to have that behavior. The costs can also be in terms of social relationships. It can affect the kind of relationships you have to other people, to your spouse, to your children, to your colleagues, to your friends, to your boss. It can cost you professionally. It can cost you in terms of your marriage. What do we do about them? What can we do? So the first thing is to acknowledge, and how we can treat these avoidance patterns of coming in contact with your emotions is, first of all, by enforcing yourself, by having a stronger self. So it's not like if you take the veil off and then the person would be okay, say, oh yeah, of course, I admit that feeling and that thought. It would be very painful. It would be like an aggressive act of stripping the person away of its armor when the person is not ready. So dealing with your avoidance strategies is such a very delicate topic, and we need to move about it with due respect and to honor it, because it's meant to protect and keep a solid structure. So what we want to do about it, when you want to change these types of behaviors, when we say, okay, I'm tired of eating by impulse, I'm tired of letting go of my aggression through impulses, I am tired of drinking too much alcohol and I want to change this habit, or I'm tired and I want to stop eating at midnight, maybe. When we want to do this change, and of course it's good that we want that, we have to take a step back and we have to ask ourselves, where can I bring a solid background? Where can I consolidate my basis so that I, the self, so that the I can be stronger and so it can feel more apt to deal and to make space to accept these feelings in a space of safety. And of course, there is the key word for you. It is safety. You need to build safety first. You need to build a relationship where you are so safe to be and to fail and to take out the worst out of you, and where you feel seen and accepted as you are. Now, art therapy can give you that place. Art therapy can give you a place to explore the darkest parts of yourself in a way that is creative and innovative, and where there is no judgment involved. And art therapy can help you explore not only the thoughts and the contexts where these behaviors occur. But also it can help you reach to the symbolic, to the meaning that is behind the drawing, to the symbols that spontaneously come out of your mind and they are present there. And sometimes you just see these symbols even a month or two after, when you look at your painting with some new eyes and a new outlook on it. And you say, I never noticed this symbol here. This means a lot to me. So art therapy is a safe way, a delicate way, to help you see yourself in a mirror where your awareness brings out these symbols and they're just there for you to notice. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.